Good morning, Medicine Evolution followers. This is Chris Corrales, your East Bay back expert. This one's going to be a little bit longer, so if you only get a minute, clip here, check out my Facebook page or my YouTube channel, and get the whole video. This is an important one. I think that we might not categorize ourselves in this way, but statistics say that about 20% of our population suffers from anxiety. I think a lot more. There's kind of two extreme ends of that, and I mean, you can imagine everything in between. So anxiety, one of my good friends, Chip Conley, he wrote the book Emotional Equations, and it's a really great way to kind of understand emotions, but he puts anxiety as what equals uncertainty times powerlessness. So that's an interesting way to kind of look at it. If you look at people in our culture, Isaac Newton, Emily Dickinson, Howard Hughes, John Madden, Katharine Graham, Charles Schultz, Michael Jackson, these people all suffered from anxiety, different degrees, and it affected them in different ways. Mark Twain, he said, "I'm an old man with many troubles, but most of them didn't happen." So you can kind of see where I'm going with all this. Anxiety is this anticipatory fear that's fueled by the unknown, and and that we don't have control over maybe some impending doom that's on our minds. So don't leave your state of being to chance. Be in the moment. Seize it. Take control of it. What can we do around that? Breathe. And you've heard me say that time and time again. Breathing is really important. Being in our body is how we get present. So one of the ways that we welcome anxiety is by allowing our minds to race into the future and imagine the worst. So again, controlling that state of being, be present, sit down, breathe. Powerlessness and uncertainty. He talks about that. They're multiplied, and which means basically that they're combustible. The results are exponential. So powerlessness. I think the reality is we're all to a degree pretty powerless. Uncertainty. A lot, we want to be certain. We want to be certain about a lot of stuff, but the reality is we don't have as much control as we would like, and that's a reason for our anxiety. Along with anxiety is often depression, to not expect much, to not take risks. That puts us in our comfort zone, and so depression becomes anxiety's right-hand man. On the other end of the spectrum, you have this anxiety with people who are high functioning or overachievers. They're strong individuals. They love control of power. They're really amped people. They also suffer from high anxiety. So you have these two ends of the spectrum, people in various situations, and to me, maybe that statistic of 20% of our culture suffers from anxiety. Maybe they suffer from a high degree of anxiety that's actually causing symptoms. But I want to go into that. I think that, in Emotional Equations, Chip says that people would rather be shocked now with a strong electrocution rather than being shocked surprisingly in the future, not knowing when they're going to be shocked, because there's a degree of anxiety. The anxiety is more painful than the actual thing itself. So this goes along with surgery. A lot of us will, when we're hurt, one of the first things we'll do is go to the doctor, or we'll assume that that surgery, we've got to get that done. That's something that has to get done. So we, with professional advice and our own thoughts around it, we might, be a little bit too quick to choose what to do. Maybe it's surgery, maybe it's just staying home and bedridden and not moving much. Either way, you know, when anxiety pitches you to make a decision that's not a good one, you know, I think that needs to be looked at. Think about that. We all live in anxiety to a degree, and there's nothing almost more important, I think, to start to change that, to take control of our states. How do we do that? Some people do that with meditation and some people with religion, but a practice of embodiment, a practice of giving our own bodies a break. And there are, you know, a myriad of ways and techniques to do that, but we need to kind of scale up on this. This is the new medicine. This is where medicine is going to evolve in the future. Get ahead of the wave. Take care of yourself. More people are going to live into their hundreds. You know, more people. We're going to see more centurymen, you know, in our lifetimes than ever before in the past. So, you know, go for that quality of life. Make that part of your life now. Chris Corrales of Medicine Evolution, your East Bay back expert.